Today's Saturday, May 2nd, 2020. I'm down here at Mount Gardner Dock on the north side of Bowen Island. It's a little break in the rain. And there's like a really sweet, moody sky. Heavy gray clouds over the islands in the background. Gambier Island off in the distance to my right, and Sunshine Coast right there to the left. The sun's getting ready to set back there and behind me, behind the camera. I got called to come down here today. I was actually on my way somewhere else, and last minute decided to come here and touch in with the zone and get inspired. And wow, it's been so inspiring. Super soft energy here. When I got here, there, right in the water below the dock, there was huge herring balls swimming. Schools of herring. What could I say? Maybe 75 feet across. Millions. Schools of fish about a little bit bigger than my hand. In the millions. Hundreds of millions maybe, swarming. 15, 20 feet deep, swirling 50 feet across. And attracting all kinds of interesting wildlife. There was sea lions chasing them, could see them shooting through right here from the dock looking down. There were seals waiting off in the distance, waiting for the sea lions to be done. There's a whole pod of sea lions that came around the point, maybe a dozen of them together, the most I'd ever seen in one place. There's still a couple swimming right out here. There was the seals waiting. Saw a sea otter. There's a bald eagle in the tree over there that swooped down and got at some herring. Ran into some friends getting back from a job they're doing on Gambier over there, and we hung out for a half hour staring at the fish doing their amazing swarm below us. Seagulls cruising, singing on the point. I was just musing on how good these videos have been for me in a few ways of just to get in the right headspace to shoot these videos. I've been, going out of my way on a daily basis to find a comfortable spot in nature to come and shoot them, and to take a minute to kind of drop in with what's coming up and that's most real for myself. And now it's turned into this sweet little ritual of making sure the day doesn't go by without me doing that. And it's been a real special gift to give to myself. And then if I really do access something real and true and speak it, when I watch the video later, to not only have taken the time to speak it out loud and get it out of that quiet voice in my head, but to also listen to it again. I don't know, it's been an interesting act of me hearing myself, of me hearing that small voice within that doesn't always get heard, and me hearing what I need or hearing what's real for me. It's helping me to pay attention to it for myself, and that's been a really beautiful gift as well. My heart's been opening up to Bowen Island these last few days. I've been finding some really magical, quiet, peaceful spots. Really love the textures and the colors of the land here. The big driftwood on their beaches, all the moss everywhere, the yellow barnacles on the rocks, the lichen, the stillness of the water. Had a dream last night that I was on some type of multi-person canoe where a lot of us were rowing in waters similar to this place from one island to the next. So in the midst of all this nature sharing, what's real for me right now? The softness and the beauty of this place. There's lots of seals out here. 3 seals got their heads up and 1 sea lion. I guess I'm feeling the call for more space for me to be me, more space for my own softness and sweetness to come out and to, I don't know, have room to play, have room to express. The big pod of sea lions has just returned. There's like a dozen of them swimming towards me right off here in the distance, surfacing. The splashing, I don't know if the camera's picking that up. I think they're still feeding on that swarm of heron. The big school of heron. What am I feeling? There's so much scatterness of beliefs happening on the planet right now around this COVID-19, around this coronavirus, around the strange narrative that's going down. It's interesting encountering people and seeing where they're at with it and trying to share my truth with it and without offending or overwhelming people. There's like such a simpleness and beauty with all this nature here today, and like not nature, just like the wildlife, just doing its beautiful thing. And how maybe rare it is even for me to be so closely connected to it, to witness it. I guess I have a yearning to see us as humans to come into more of our own harmony with something like that. We're moving and existing and being, but just like maybe closer to our true natures. And less out of sync with ourselves, less out of sync with each other, less caught up on all these strange stories, these strange narratives of a pretend world, or like a spell cast of what's pretending to be happening on the planet versus what's really happening. And I yearn for that truth within myself and within our human family. A really inspiring poet that I love, his name is John Trudell. He's passed on now, a Native American poet and activist. And he had a really beautiful line in one of his poems. It said, "I'm trading depths for surfaces until there's nothing left to trade." I love that line. To me, that talks about like bringing our truths up from our depths and wearing them outwardly so everyone can see it's full transparency. Truths, depths for surfaces until there's nothing but the depths apparent within us. And I seek that for myself. I wish that for our human family. That our truths be known and that we come to the surface of ourselves with no more hidden agendas or lies and come into our full beauty and transparency in our place in this human, our place within the earth system of life. Then all the animals, the plants, all the beauty here, and we take our place within that beauty with how we live and treat each other. But that's a little bit of what's coming up. Feels like there's a lot of gaps in my thoughts today. I have some overlap between being really grateful for my girlfriend, partner, Becky, whose presence and support in my life has been giving me so much confidence, so much stability, so much strength to be really creative and powerful, and I'm enjoying that. And also in this place in Bowen Island, where I've moved here like 13 months ago, I feel like whenever I'm alone, I connect in with what it was like for me to come here and just be on this land all by myself before I knew anybody or met anybody. And I was very much in my heartbreak of parting ways with my last girlfriend, Drea, and right to this present moment, my heart is often in has the overlap of my deep love for Drea and the pain of our parting, and simultaneously holding a love of a space for a new lover in my life with Becky, and all the new and exciting new creation happening between the two of us, and all the new potential of our dreams growing every day, of our projects growing every day, of kind of experiencing both those emotions, or some of the bigger undercurrents of my life affecting everything else that's going on. Is I'm getting the image of Polynesian navigation. On their va'as, they said there's always two different lines of the fading line of one swell and then the new line of another swell, and you always have an interaction of those two things happening, one that was like yesterday's and one that's today's, and those two things hitting your va'a, and kind of always knowing navigating with like a receding tide or wave line and a new incoming one. And that's what I feel like my life is right now, is navigating with those two strong lines of the strong presence of beautiful women, partners and lovers in my life, their friendship, their companionship, their support, their love, how much those are overwhelming, or not so overwhelming, but wow, some of the strongest sources of presence in my life. They outweigh most everything else that's going on often, is their presence in my life, in my heart. And when I look back across my life, it's usually, whoever that is, or even in the absence of that, it tends to make up the story. So I just wanted to share a little bit of that, speak to some of the stronger undercurrents of my life, and to the beauty of this space. Thanks for tuning in with me. Catch you next time.